Alright, so I'm going to continue looking at some views of 3D objects. This is left over from before the break. You might have done some of this already. Check it over though, just to make sure you did it correctly if you already went ahead and did this, and also that you finished it completely. So take a moment, let's take a look here. So if we want to describe a 3D object, right, we're going to need 3 views at least. We need a top view, a front view, and a side view. Now some really complicated things might mean where the left side and the right side have different details on them, might mean you need more than 3 views, but you need at least 3. Okay, so you need at least a top, bottom, I guess. And shapes we'll generally deal with. You'll need a top view, a side view, and a front view. Alright, so some words you might want to make sure you know when we talk about 3D shapes, right? A face is going to be some kind of a flat or a curved surface. Okay, an edge, singular, is a line segment where 2 faces meet. And a vertex, it's a singular, is a point where 3 or more edges meet. If we want to talk about more than one vertex, we would talk about vertices, because English is wonderful that way. Yeah. So let's take a look here. This first one, the idea here is that you'll take a look at really any object you want. Something simple is probably a good idea. Mine that I'm going to pick here, it's sitting on the table in front of me, is a candle. Okay. So my object is a candle. My candle specifically has 3. Candle. It has 3 wicks, which makes it slightly more exciting, I suppose. So the front view, and this is again assuming I am looking just at the front of it. Okay. So if I set this thing down in front of me, it's in a glass jar kind of thing, and it's got a little sticker on the front. I'm not going to try to draw the sticker on the front. I think it's some kind of a peppermint candle, smelling candle, and there's a polar bear and a penguin on a candy cane sliding down a hill or something like that. I'm not quite sure exactly. But if I look at this thing from the front, okay, and from the front only, the shape I see is, in this case, it is essentially a square. It's got a jar. Inside the, oh boy. This is, please, if you are incapable of drawing straight lines like I am, use a ruler. And if I look in here, we've got a line across here. This is the height of the candle. And then if I look very carefully, I've got a wick, and a wick, and another wick. Alright. And then across the front there's a sticker that's sort of, I'm just going to draw the outline of it, sort of a square looking thing, which has the picture of the candy cane on it or something like that. Alright, so that's my front view. Alright, I'm going to go to my side view now. So in this case, this is a circular thing, so I'm going to turn it 90 degrees to get a side view. And because the thing is circular, my side view looks actually quite similar to the front view. Ooh. So this is the front. Okay, when I twist it this way, my wicks actually line up. So I've got one here, and these 2 here are pretty much right behind each other, so you don't really see 2 of them. And you see just a tiny bit of that little sticker pointing that direction now. And finally, we get a top view. This is the one that looks a little bit more exciting. It is theoretically a circle. And I've got a wick here, and a wick here, and a wick here. It's a strange emoji, I guess. And so there's my front view, my side view, and my top view. Alright, so you could do that really with most objects that you have. Some are going to be more complicated than that. For example, I noticed that my kids left a Nerf gun sitting on the table. I did not choose that, but I could have. Moving on. Object number 2, this one's given to you. So for this one here, my front view is, again, I'm kind of putting myself as if I'm looking directly at this thing. And there's no 3D-ness to it. Theoretically, those are all nice 90-degree angles that are the same size. My top view. Now, my top view, again, there's no 3D-ness to this. So if I look at this thing directly from the top, it's just a rectangle. And if I look at this thing from the side, again, it's like I turn it 90 degrees. And it doesn't matter whether I'm looking at this from this side here, we'll call this the right side, or the left side, looking at it from this way. When I look at just the side view, it's... Okay, that was worse than normal. There we go. It's, again, just a rectangle. Okay? So there's my front view, there's my top view, there's my side view. Same thing, even if I'd drawn a bottom view, it would look no different than this. And these are the only 3 views I need to describe it. And you should be able to go the other direction too, right? If I give you this is the front, this is the top, this is the side, you should. Now, sometimes if I'm giving you those, I might do this, just to give you a better idea of, size. You could add this bit of detail into. So if I'm going to give you something like this, I'll probably say, here's the side, top, and front view. I could say, now build me something with this as a front, top, and side view. Or I could say, draw me on isometric dot paper, front, top, and side view. All right. So obviously, when we rotate an object, what was once the front now becomes a side, and so on. So a Kleenex box. Lovely. So I am going to imagine, oops, I'm going to actually scroll down just a little bit further. I'm going to imagine my Kleenex box is sitting with the wide side looking towards me, and so my front view, with an F, is going to look something like that. All right, my top view, not worrying about the hole in the middle, is going to be just another rectangle. And my side view is going to be something like that. Now, if I turn this object, so this is kind of part 1, if I turn this Kleenex box 90 degrees counterclockwise on its base, so I spin it, and now what used to be the side view, that's now looking straight at me. So for number 2, my front view is now this. My top view has also rotated. It's now a rectangle still, but it's looking the other direction. And my side view is the front rectangle, like this one here, should be the same size as what the front used to be. All right. And same thing, we can do rotations in other directions. So our textbook, okay, you all have a textbook. And again, I'm going to have this thing sitting on my desk, imagining that it's sitting like I'd be ready to use it as a textbook. And so it's sitting on its, on its back. My front view, something like this. Again, that's supposed to be a rectangle. My side view is going to be another rectangle. Slightly longer than the front view because it is longer on the side. And my top view is going to be a rectangle, again, as wide as my front view and as long as my side view. And it's supposed to be a rectangle. All right, and then if I turn this thing 90 degrees onto its side, that means I'm going to be putting this side piece becomes the new bottom. All right, so it's sitting not like it would be useful as a textbook anymore, but it's sitting with the spine pointing up, I guess. So now my front view is going to still be of this, but now it's sitting on that. And my side view is a big rectangle. Right, as tall as the front part, and then as long as what our new top view is going to be. And my top view will be just the same length, and it's a skinny little rectangle. There we go. So there's a bit of an assignment for you to deal with. Have fun.